Hey folks, and welcome back to another episode on the Just Create SMP with me, Thrillesh. We are getting down to the wire with the end of the season here pretty soon, and there are so many things that I wanted to accomplish that we're just not going to get to, unfortunately. But there is a couple of major things that I do want to do before the season is done. And one of the things is gonna be where we're standing right now. It's had a little cheaty free cam, and I have raised up this little island area right here, and we're gonna connect it down over here at some point. And as you can see, I've also been connecting this down as well. And I think it turned out pretty all right, I gotta be perfectly honest. And as you can see, we're not done yet. I still got a lot to do. But I should be able to patch up this little hole right here and connect all this down together. And I am going to eventually connect this together here so it looks like the river is going underground. But that is not what is important today. What is important today is this that's in my hand right here. And once again, we have an absolutely ridiculous list of too much stuff, because right here is going to be our power plant. And I've been talking about this power plant ever since we put these gigantic windmills in, and actually this tether might need to change a little bit down towards the bottom because it might get in the way. But what we're gonna do today is we are going to grab all the materials that we need for this power plant. We're gonna chuck them right in here into this gigantic vault, and we're gonna blast it into the world with this schematic cannon here. And after that's done, we have more to do. Of course, we always have more to do. Connecting all of this up, finishing this area, connecting it to the bottom there, and then rerouting all the power from this into the power plant and then back out where it's supposed to be going. So much to do, so much to see. Let me grab this schematic and let's start filling up boxes. Hold up. We are pretty close to being done with this list. Look at all this stuff. We are pretty good. Things are looking well. We're doing pretty great. I just noticed and remembered that I need 7.5 stacks of skulk, and I have absolutely 0. So we need to go find a place that has skulk, first of all, and then we need to get it without dying. I hate that place. Anything that has to do with deep dark or nether or anything that requires skill to play this game, I'm not a fan of. I don't like doing it. I don't like doing the stuff because I die a lot. I'm not good at this game. But I'm gonna grab some wool, grab a couple of shulker boxes, and try and find a deep dark, I guess. I found some, we just gotta get down to it is the problem. Eventually, this should drop me right into a spawner. Okay, I had no idea what kind of spawner it was. Taking a risk here. Oh god, now I'm on fire. All right, what's in here? Nothing. Oh, that's cool. Nothing. All right, cool. But close by, I think down. Aha, I see it. Yep, it is a bunch of skulk. Awesome. Awesome stuff. And we just got to cover up a few of these. And I think that's really the only ones that were an issue. Let's just cover them up all the way. And we're just going to go to town. We're just going to get some skulk about it. Oh, huh, diamonds. Uh-oh. Okay, warden approaches. I don't think I have to worry. Oh my gosh, I hate these things so much. All right, let's check out our spoils. How many did we get before we get blasted out of here by friggin' warden? All right, definitely not enough. That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
Uh-oh, that was number 2. Where the heck is that skull? Oh. Oh, it's over there. Oh, what a jerk. All right, so we're going to leave that location, and we're going to try over here. I see these, and I'm kind of hoping there's no screamers around. I think if I break this, they are going to set each other off. So let's white wool it. I don't see any screamers around here, but that doesn't mean that there are none. Well, I set one off, so it sounds like we're good. And there we go. That should be everything that we need skulk-wise and more. The only issue is I gotta get out now and not summon a warden and not die to a warden that I accidentally summoned. So let's see how this goes. All right, I got by the screamers, and here's the way out. All right, sweet. We should be good to go. All right, we made it out. Heck yeah. And into the thingy, item vault. Those are called item vaults, which should check that off the list. And now we need some gray wool and the crimsite. What else do we need? Yeah, the crimsite nazarene is going to be a little difficult because I don't really know where any of that is. So we're going to have to go searching. Probably should have checked while I was out in a boot. Now, if I remember correctly, there should be some azarine right underneath here somewhere. I think it's in this hole. Oh yeah, there's a ton of it down here. Sweet. What's up, fancy pants? And I really only need, oh, this is crimsite. This is not azarine, which I also need. I also need crimsite. So I only need about a stack-ish. I might get 2 stacks and see where we go from there. Can you bring your fancy pants to a different party? Thank you very much. Have a phenomenal day. Goodbye. And look at that. I legit just needed 1 stack. And that leaves one more thing, and that's azarine. And I've had issues finding azarine in the past, which is why I'm using Cheaty Free Cam. I have such terrible luck finding this block. I don't understand why it's so unbelievably hard to find. Out of all of the create blocks, I feel like, oh yeah, there's a trial chamber over there. Huh. Out of all of the create blocks, I think that this one is the most rare for whatever reason. I don't know what their reasoning is. Is this entire cave underwater? Oh my gosh, it totally is. That's cool. There's another trial chamber. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's enough crimsite to choke a horse, and there's a lot of iridium as well, but no azarine, no ochrum. So we're gonna have to travel for this, I think. Let's go to Foxy's place, see if there's any over there. Ooh, all right. I found some, and it's pretty close to the bottom of the ocean. That's awesome. And it's over here somewhere. I think it's in this ravine. No? Maybe it's through the wall. Yeah, it's through the wall. All right, there it is. Great. We don't need a ton of this. I'll grab a stack just, you know, so we have some. Stack has been acquired. Let's get back home. And my, oh my, everything is ready to go. I am extremely excited for this. I'm just gonna fiddle with the schematic a little bit, and then, oh man, we can blast it into the world. This is fantastic. Ding! It's done! We've heard the ding. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. It's a weird shape. It's a super weird shape. I had some inspiration with some picture that I found online. If I remember to put it in the video, oh, wha-bam, there it is. But here it is, and I think it's turning out, the server's a little glitchy today. I don't know what's going on, but I think it turned out pretty darn great. We got this weird little globe thingy that has a pig in it. It's a pig globe. That's what this is. And I figured I would just like put some plants and stuff in here, maybe like a research station, something like that. We have a little silo. Just chilling, not doing much. Now we're gonna fall in the water. Boop, there we go. Now if we fly up top here, we've got, look at all these solar panels. Oh my goodness gracious. There's so many solar panels up here, and these giant tubes that are, I'm assuming, are running electricity through the top of the building, etc. And then we've got these guys, and you listen to me right now, people in the comments, okay? I understand that some of them are spinning the wrong way, and the other ones are spinning the right way. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, it looks cool that they are spinning in opposite directions. If they were all spinning in the same direction, it would be boring. So this looks better. Get over yourself. It's a block game. It's just a game. Just let me have my fun, all right? I never miss. Now, obviously, I'm not done with this here, but we have this. I think this turned out as like a super dope garage door. I think this turned out really great. And you walk in, and the inside's not finished. Surprise, 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 surprise. I don't really know what I'm gonna put in the inside, but I got doors over there, right? And that's where the water is. But anyways, we also have these here, and I'm gonna tread lightly because I had some infestation issues earlier where I almost got creepered a couple times. But I took inspiration from Beardy's thingies from his power plant, except I actually put the magnetic spinny things inside metal. So that way they're actually doing stuff and creating electricity. And they kind of look weird from the outside because I wanted to, you know, they're supposed to be wrapped in metal, and I wanted to be able to see inside of it. So again, no, it doesn't make sense, but yes, it looks cool. So again, get over it. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, which are max-sized windmills. And up here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are max-sized windmills. And if I pull up my calculator, that tells me that we have a whopping 73,000 extra stress units just from this building alone, which is really cool. And of course, if we wanted to, we could dig down underneath and put more windmills and water wheels and all that crazy nonsense in there, but I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to extend this out so it reaches to the edge here, and then we can actually connect this all up like it's supposed to be. And then we have to connect 1, 2, 3, and all of these into one power source inside of this building. So that way we can have just all of our crazy nonsense in here and whatever else we build running off of all of our power. And after that, I might want more power. I want more. Look at all that open space behind me. But anyways, let's fix this floor, huh? There we go. That's more like it. Everything's all connected. Now I just gotta wait for this grass to populate here. And I do like just the path block for the road, which we will extend up and around and connect to the other buildings at some point. But this kind of gives us a nice little look at all the other space that we have available on this island here. And I do have like 5 more of these that I wanted to put in, but I don't know if we're gonna get to all of them, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get like 2 more. I think that'll look pretty good. I do have an idea for a building here, and man, it would be swell to get another one over here, but it might just have to be more of these. But what I would like to work on next is connecting this piece of the river all the way down and have it kind of like flowing underneath there. I think that'll look kind of neat. I don't really know how that logistically would work, but again, this is Minecraft, so don't think about it too much. It's totally fine. And I honestly think that most of this is pretty dug out enough. I think I'll just maybe dig down. Yeah, like this is going at a nice pace here. Maybe I'll just dig some more of this out. Just kind of make it look a little bit more like carved out rivery, I guess. This is all going to be underground, so it's not really a huge deal. By underground, I mean underwater. All right, I have no idea if this is going to work, but I'm going to try this here. Now, essentially what I'm trying to do is I want to make the water like go into the hole in like a tiered sort of way. So let me get another bucket and kind of explain what I'm doing here. So I'm going to fill everything up, right? I'm going to fill all of this up, and then when it's all full, I'm going to start taking away the cobblestone. And I think because the way that I have it, it should, like when I take off this top layer of cobblestone, it should all start to pour down. And then once I remove the other layers, it should keep like the weird general pouring down shape. But let me fill this in and see if I'm anywhere even remotely close to correct with that assumption. All right, that looks pretty good. It is all connected. New York telephone. So if we head over to this area here, here's what I'm thinking. If I take off this top layer, all the water is going to spill down. And then when I start removing the bottom layer, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm not going to lie. When I start removing the bottom layer, my hope is that it doesn't create water source blocks. So let's try it. Honestly, that worked way better than I thought it was going to. So let's grab this. I'm going to put a water source there, and that's gonna flow down. Good. I'm gonna put one here. Yeah. And then fall. And we'll put another one there. And honestly, this is working out almost exactly like I thought it was going to. So that's good. Now, this is kind of what I wanted to avoid, was this here. But I think I have a plan for this so we shouldn't really have to worry about that too much. Now, the only other thing that I'm trying to do is, I think I want to just flesh out this water here. Something like that. So then when we get rid of this... All right, yeah, we're getting somewhere with this. Okay. Well, it's not perfect, but it's in. And it's here, and it looks sort of waterfall-y until you look down here, and then you're like, oh, the throw just kind of gave up. And you know what? I did. Because I'm not going to waterlog this entire thing here, because that's crazy. Now, I could have used a hose pulley, of course, and I'm not gonna, because who knows how many caves are down there, how big those cave systems are, etc., etc. And what are we gonna put here? Well, obviously, large water wheels, of course. What else would we put on a waterfall? I mean, stand up, please, thank you. Now, I want to put them here, but I don't know if this is gonna touch the water wheel part. So what I'm gonna do is realize that I have no blocks, grab a piece of dirt, and then we're gonna... Yeah, I didn't think so. Which is so funny because there's flowing water touching the water wheel. So interesting. Where do I wrench? Do I own wrench? Wrench is here. Can put there? No. So I'm gonna have to put them here unless I break these water sources and somehow get them to move. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. Now, I have a feeling if I do this, it might screw up the whole operation, but let's try. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna look like doo-doo. Ooh, no, we're getting somewhere. That might be the best one yet. Oh, shreepy time. Okay, I can has water wheel here now? Yep, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. How about there? Yeah, there we go. What happened? What happened? Oh, I oopsied. I oopsied. Okay. Water wheels in. Perfect. So we need to grab the power from here. That's fantastic. And that gets us a few thousand more bits of stress units. 5,000 to be exact, because I used 10 of them. All right, with all that connected, and oh, I put the grass up here too. I forgot to put grass in the schematic cannon thing, so I put that up here. Don't worry about it. Anyways, with all of that stuff connected, I think now it's time to try and get all this power connected to one central spot, so that way we can start using all this power in all of our other builds. So let me see what I can do here. Now, I'm in a pretty loud section of the base here, but I always love coming by and just looking at new builds out the windows of the big, what are people calling it? The Doof Tower? Doofenshmirtz Tower. The big tower. I love looking at new builds from those windows. The reason I'm over here is yeah, look at that. We got another 100,000 stress units left that we can tap into. And I want to use those. I think for the rest of the video, we're just going to tap right into those stress units here. Why am I shutting the thing? You know what? It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. And what we're going to do is we're essentially going to move these up. We're going to put another floor in because that's what I do. I put myself through way too much work, but essentially we're going to put another floor in here so that way I have another workshop. I have a workshop area that is a semi-permanent, I guess, instead of me just reconfiguring this to smelt things and then I got to reconfigure it to do other things and then reconfigure this to do some things and all that sort of stuff. We'll just have permanent areas up here that I can just send materials to and get them turned into what I need. The first thing we're gonna have to do is figure out where we want this floor to start, and I think we're gonna just use the jetpack for this, honestly, and I think we're gonna have the bottom layer, but I don't want it to cover the whole thing. I feel like I want this front area to be open, so let's just figure out where this is gonna start here. So if we brought it to maybe about there, and we'll go 2 in from the column, and I think that'll be good. So we get rid of these, and don't forget to light it up so we're not on a catwalk with a bunch of creepers. And now we just bring this all the way across. And then we'll bring this all the way back, I guess. And now that this layer is done, we got to do one more layer, and that is going to be of this andesite here. And let me just throw some stuff on the floor real quick. Hang on just a second. Perfect. Of this andesite here, and we are just going to double up on the layers that we already have. And here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, the only other thing that we've got to do is we need to dig a little space in here because we need the elevator to be able to pop up here. And I do have a redstone contact. Look at that. And I'm just going to run a line of these across as well. And one last thing, we just got to give this floor a name. And done. We've got our elevator up here. We've got this in. And we just need to put all of our little workshop contraption-y stuff in here. Fantastic. And I've already torn that one down. I think we're going to start just by tearing this down as well. And we'll just bring everything upstairs. The next thing we got to do is this. I mean, this needs to move. This can't be here. That is just not in a good spot. So we are going to move this, I think, here. And then we'll connect this up to this again. We don't have enough chains. Oh, I knew we had some extra chains. All right, perfect. Take two. There we go. Next thing we got to do is see if we have any extra chain conveyors anywhere. And I don't honestly think that we do. So that's fine. We can just make a couple. And we'll make two for now. And what I want to do is I want to bring the items from here up here somehow. So I got to make sure that this can connect. And I think I want to bring it to about, I don't know, maybe there? Let's try there. Is this going to connect? It certainly is. Heck yeah. Awesome. So that'll get us power. It'll get us a way up here actually as well. Should I put that in the center? I feel like I should put that in the center. And we're going to have packages crashing through the floor, but it's fine. Get over it. So the first thing that I want to try and do here is a press system. So essentially, I think what we're going to have to do is maybe work backwards on this here, because when we have the exit, it's going to swing around. It's just going to go back down into the tube here. Whatever I make, I just want to put directly into this, and it's going to go downstairs and sorry, I thought something was stuck in there. It's going to go downstairs, and I'm going to set up another vault. I'm probably going to have it over here, I guess. It'll be somewhere down here. And essentially what that vault is going to be is just miscellaneous crap. And then all the miscellaneous crap can just be, you know, accessed by sheepertons. Now, the way I think this is going to work is we're going to have a frog with a packager here, and the frog is just going to take items from, I guess, there and sit on top of this packager. And whatever we send out to get pressed is going to go here into the frog. It's going to go down into here. I'm going to have a funnel that's going to come out, and then it's going to go into a set of tunnels. And the tunnels are going to split everything evenly, and then I guess we could just have these right here, can't we? Everything's going to get pressed, and that's it. that's the whole thing, folks. We did it. They just gonna get pressed, and then gonna come over here, and it's gonna go on a belt. Huh? Maybe I overthunk the things here. Whoops. There we go. That's a bit more room. It's taking up way less space. Obviously, I just got to fill these in and make it look a little bit better. But other than that, our press system is done. It's ready to press. And we'll get power over here, and we'll get things wired up, you know, a bit later. All right, next I think I want to do that machine that is going to saw all of our things into the things that we need it to be sawed into. That made sense, don't worry about it. But the problem is I don't know if this same setup is going to work like this one will. I'm not sure if the tunnels and these are gonna be pushing things onto here. I still want to use tunnels. Yeah, what am I gonna do about this one? And then this is where the tunnels are gonna be. This will go here with that. Frog? I'm gonna make another one. And something like that should do it, I think. Yeah, so this should come down in here. It should get split here and then roll over all of this and then go down. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Now, unfortunately, what that means is we're going to have to set each one of these filters every single time that we go ahead and use these, which is a pain in the butt, but what can you do? It's just, you know what? That's how life is sometimes. And the next thing I just catch myself constantly having to worry about is smelting stuff. I really think I've been doing a lot of washing things. I don't wash often, apparently. And I don't think this setup is gonna work for what we need. So let's try and change it up just a little bit. Well, I thought I had a good idea going. Essentially, you know, things would come up on here, they'd go onto these depots, and then they wouldn't be able to come off until they turn into the smelted variety of what we wanted. But This isn't gonna work. That right there is not gonna work. Ugh. I could bring it back a block. I could move the whole thing back a block. Yeah, because these need to go that way anyways. Right? Ah, we've run into another problem. Not a big deal. We can just back it up one more block, I guess. And that should fix things, I think. I don't know what I'm doing here, people. All right, here we go. That should be what we want. So it comes out of here. It goes across these, it gets split, goes into here, and then we'll set up the filters on these so it only is going to do the things that we want it to do. And then it'll come out over here, bada bing, bada boom, bada bam, come all the way down over here and go into the thing. Nice. So we have our presses, fantastic. We have our mechanical saws, our cutters, and then we have our smelter set up. Not a smoker, that's a smelter set up. So this is wonderful, 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 and we have a ton of room up here for anything else that we might need before the end of the season, which is rapidly approaching. I'm panicking a lot. It's okay, everything's fine. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna prettyify this a little bit, and then we will get this entire thing wired up and ready to go, so we can move on to, golly, our next project. The next thing we gotta build. We got so much to build. And I think the best place to pull power from is just gonna be right here. We're just gonna pull it from here, hit a vertical gearbox in there, bring it around town. Look at this. Bing, bom, boom, bomb. And then this is gonna have to maybe be an encased chain drive, and hopefully all of this will be going the right way in the first try. And of course it's not, because why would it be? Let's do that. All right, all that is spinning beautiful. That is all spinning beautiful. And I think if I chain drive this, these are going in the wrong direction. What happens when I gearbox them? I think that's right. I think that's the correct direction. So what happens when I throw that on there? Gets caught up. Look at that. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, so that's running. What happens if I do this? That's going in the wrong direction. Now, if I hit this one here, that should be going, and it is fantastic. And then if I gearbox that one, that's good. And then I should be able to just stick that there, which pulls those. Gearbox shaft. Nope. Wrong way. What if I gearbox instead? Nope, still the wrong way. All right. Double gearbox. There we go. And actually what we can do here is we can encase chain drive all the way up to there, which turns on all of those. Fantastic. And then the only other thing we got to do is figure out how to get power up there. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a menace. Without jumping on these, because those are going to wreck my face. And we're just going to stick that there to make it look like that is being supported. And how are we going to get power to you? And to make sure you're going in the right direction. Well, I can't take it from there, so we're going to have to go up this. And that's fine, because essentially what that means is... I ain't got my chain drive. I ain't got chain drive? Oh, I never reconnected this guy. Cheapers. I was like, why am I not getting my nuggets? Where's my nuggets at? And look at that. First try. I didn't even have to do any gearbox shenanigans or nothing. And we just put casing around that. Close this wall back up. And I think that's it. I think that's it. The only thing that we're missing here is I gotta do a little packager shenanigans here at the end. And I gotta make a new vault downstairs. Vault? I gotta make a new vault downstairs that's holding all of our random shenanigans. And I might put that right up here, to be honest, so it doesn't have super far to go when we call for items. I'm not gonna need a full-size vault, but man, do they look cool. And we got a packager on here with a stock link and then a frog. And I think our frog is gonna eject over there, I believe. Cannot connect downward. I did not know that. I did not know that. That's super interesting. All right, so we'll have to put them over there, and that's a-okay. And then we just got to find our stock link again and reconnect it to the network. And we can throw that, I don't know, like right over there. No, wait, I'm throw. And then we got to give this nerd a name. And I think we're going to call, since we called all the other ones T whatever, we're going to call this one T Misc. And that's just going to be miscellaneous crap. And we'll slam an item hatch onto it just because that's a good idea. And perfect, there's our miscellaneous crap vault. And then last but certainly not least, we need to be able to get these items where they need to go. So... we'll put that there, a packager here, this here, and then we need to put a spruce sign right there, and I think we just need to name this T Misc. And I think that's it. Besides powering this, I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, and then we need to name these as well. I almost forgot. All right, so this is going to be T Press, T Saw, and T Smelt. And now that I've added all those frogs, I'm pretty sure they should all show up down here. They certainly do, which means I probably need to give this a name. We'll call this the Doof Ticker for the Doofenshmirtz Tower. That's stupid. That's so dumb. So if I hit Doof Ticker and I grab a stack of iron nuggets, that should come down over here, which it certainly did. And iron ingots is definitely what I meant to say. And what I should be able to do now is just grab a stack of ingots and head to the press. And I should get a stack of pressed ingots. It should go upstairs, and let's watch it. Up, and I have to change this as well, because we don't want that just going every single time there's a thing. Why are you not going into this? Because I put that on the barrel, didn't I? I did. I certainly did. That's got to go there instead. But the results should be the same, and we've got ourselves 57 iron sheet. So then when we open up this here, we have 57 iron sheet. Absolutely incredible. So the system works. I just need to tweak one thing, and that is I got to get rid of this. I got to go ahead and put one of these down, set it to receive mode, and I can't remember what the signal is. And the signal is red bed and pulse timers. So now, if I put this lever in here, we should see this come out, go in here, and now it should come down here. Boom. And now we should have a lever. We do! And then I can request the lever to the Doof Ticker. Boom. We are so in business, people. We are so in business. Unfortunately, though, folks, that is all the time that we have for today. We got a lot done today. I put some casing on that thing behind me. Just give me a quick second. I'm gonna put this on here. There we go. As I was saying, that is unfortunately all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And I can't wait for the next episode, because it's probably gonna be the last on the server. To be honest, we are wrapping up like real soon, in four to 5 days. Yeah, it is right now December 2nd. And we, on the 6th and the 7th, are doing a stream weekend. And all of us are going to be streaming either on the server or various other things for the Jingle Jam Calm event. So make sure to check that out. Mark your calendars, December 6th and 7th. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, thank you so much to my beautiful and wonderful patrons and YouTube members over at patreon.com/Throwlash. And right here on YouTube, you just hit that join link down at the bottom. You should see everybody's face across the screen right now. And until next time, folks, my name is Throwlash. Thank you so much for checking out this episode. I love y'all so very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!